Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
At this point. So even like a Caleb Love, right? Like might have benefited him in a way, not being able to get into Michigan. Because now you've got, again, I know you're not ready to maybe go there, but we probably could, is Arizona, Eric Bossi put out, there were 3 schools that are in the mix, firmly in the mix for him. Arizona Gonzaga, which Mark Few, Tommy Lloyd, Nemhard obviously chose Gonzaga over Arizona. And then you got Texas. And they've already got a really good backcourt with Tyrese Hunter and Max Abmas. So I don't even know why. They do need another guard. They need another perimeter guy. To me, I got to say, I'd be very, very worried about taking Caleb Love. I just would. And I don't like saying anything negative about these college kids, but I will say it's a little bit easier now, again, because they're getting paid. And Caleb Love probably made more money than I did last year. So it's a little bit easier to be able to say, again, he's got to change. And he's got to be a good team guy who understands what's a good decision, what's a poor decision. And I think we're too late in the game for that. For Mark Few, for Tommy Lloyd, certainly for Rodney Terry, to be able to get this kid in 8 months to figure that part out. I just don't see it.
I hear you. The fit at Arizona seems really weird to me because they already have a couple of high volume volume guards.
But he can shoot. Jaden Bradley can't shoot. And we don't know how good a shooter Boswell is. So Caleb Love on the right night can shoot.
Caleb Love can shoot if the shot selection is a good decision.
Correct.
And I think that it's also something where I kind of would want to see what Kylan Boswell can be with the ball in his hands as opposed to Caleb Love. And I don't think you're playing Caleb Love off the ball. Same thing with Gonzaga. I think he makes the most sense kind of as like your 6th man energy guy off the bench if you're Gonzaga with what they have coming back. I don't know if that's something he's going to buy into, but I will say this about Caleb Love. And I do want to talk about Michigan and like the fact that we're now back-to-back transfer cycles where they weren't able to get their top target to actually be able to get into the school, which I think is a little bit of a concern. Hunter Dickinson said he made less than 6 figures from Michigan. If we're going to take that at face value, I think that's a little bit of a concern. But I wonder if what has happened with Caleb Love is we heard Bill Self talk about Ontario Morris got a little bit of humble pie, right? I wonder if that's going to be a thing because I'll tell you this much, man. There is a player in there, right? Like that dude is how many guards in college basketball, just strictly on talent, are going to be more talented than Caleb Love? Our partner for today's episode is Athletic Greens. I started taking AG1 during the college basketball season, and I loved the impact that it had on my energy levels. I'm a big coffee in the morning guy, but by the time that the afternoon would hit, I needed another boost. AG1 helped me tremendously, especially on those days when I didn't want to get up off the couch and go hit the gym. Their tagline is AG1 is comprehensive health and the power of habit in one. And man, that could not be more true. It's nearly impossible to eat and drink in a healthy manner in the month of February and the month of March when you are in my business. And AG1 was exactly the supplement that I needed to improve my gut health and cover my nutritional basis for the day. I've continued that into April. I've continued that into May, and I'm going to continue that the rest of the summer. All I have to do is mix a scoop of AG1 with some water or maybe add it into a smoothie, and I'm ready to go. Do it after lunch, and you'll be ready to go for the rest of the day. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/field68. That's Field 68 FIELD, the number 6, the number 8, and you can get yours now. So check it out and help support this show. Thanks. And if you're a coach that believes in what you can do, and you go back and you just watch the second half against Duke from the Final Four in 2022, right? You watch that and you say, I can be the one that can get the best out of him every single. I can be the one that can get that Caleb Love. Yeah. There's a lot of people that are going to convince themselves of that. Like when he is at his best.
Those three schools are not in desperation mode. Michigan was in desperation mode when they took Caleb Love. These 3 schools don't need Caleb Love. Now, maybe that's a reason to take him, is because you don't need him. So you know what? If he doesn't buy in, then you just sit him on the bench. Maybe you do that, and you can do that if you're those 3 schools.
Yeah, and I do think that Mark Few has enough cachet that he'll be able to get him in. And look, Rodney Terry's been around a lot of very talented players in his time at Texas and since he's been there. And I gotta imagine that would have some impact as well. When it comes to Michigan, Caleb Love was I don't know what the official release said, but basically he was not able to get into the school, right? And it's something similar. We heard the same coming out of Michigan last year when Terrence Shannon was expected to go there and ended up at Illinois. Hunter Dickinson is saying that he made less than 6 figures from Michigan. I'm a little bit skeptical of whether or not he made less than 6 figures total. If you want to tell me that money, he only made a certain amount of money coming directly from Michigan in the collective, as opposed to going out in other deals that he made, that's something that I probably would buy a little bit more. Remember, he said from Michigan, not at Michigan.
Right.
But all that said, that's a little bit worrying considering what the current marketplace looks like and the importance that comes with having a transfer. Like, if you can't get a transfer in from the University of North Carolina, unless Caleb Love was taking all those paper classes that Rashad McCants was taking back in the day, like what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I guess Michigan's a tough academic institution. I'll feel terrible if Caleb Love ends up getting in Arizona, but he couldn't get into Michigan. I thought my Arizona education was worth something, but evidently
it took you 6.5 years to get a bachelor's degree from Arizona, dude. Like, come on, what are we talking about
when
here?
you want to leave Tucson to come back to Boston? No. I tried to run it out even more than that. Couldn't do it.
Well, your biggest problem is that every weekend you left Tucson to go to Vegas. So
$40 Morris Air round trip.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.